Now for this Independence Day run, I'm just going to actually do a video and try and include all of them because they're quite short runs. I'm just going to include the portion of the car selection and then the race that's actually used. So this is going to be edited down a lot, but it will just give you an idea of kind of the car tuning required and that actual kind of like the pathway that's used. Now this is a short enough course, and it's generally just a case of you run along the chain of nitro containers. I am doing this all in a single go, but I'm going to edit it up. But yeah, you get to see the car and onto the track. And yeah, this one requires 50 seconds in the first car, so we're just gonna make a break for it. And like I said, this one belonged to me, is gold tuned. But for all of these, what you want to do is just pretty much take the absolute easiest path in this, which is pretty much dotted out for you by the line of nitros along the path, and also just go up and over here and it'll bring you on a fairly straight path, which is, like I said, it's pretty much the best way with almost all of these cars. Now, like this first one, 50-second requirement, there's doable with 13 seconds to the good. Like, that is why I'm going to include all of these just in the single video, and I'm going to leave your timestamps down below in the down along the end, and you can follow it along. Now, so we also want to get 50 seconds in the Dodge Challenger, and again, this car is maxed out, but this car is even way faster than that first one. So like, this is going to be again the exact same path, but just give you an idea of the kind of speed that you should be able to get making use of this pathway. So just if you're kind of well below this and your car is semi-tuned, then you might be kind of either braking a bit too much or missing out on some of the nitro bottles. But this is one where, like I said, they pretty much dotted out the exact path that's required, and you just need to take it nice and slow with these cars. And I mean, not slow, but more smooth. You don't have to worry too much about using the nitro accelerator, especially with, like, say, these heavy muscle cars. I tend not to use it just unless it's on a very safe straight. But yeah, again here, like, this is a 50-second requirement, and 14 seconds to the good. Normally I say that, like, you get about 100 rating per second, so that means that this should be doable with a car that's as low, I think, as tuned as that one could possibly be. Be about an 800 to a 700 rating. Okay, on to the next. Now, the Ford Shelby in 47 seconds. So you get 3 seconds less and an even bigger monster of a car. Like, this is an absolute, like, beast. So well capable of this. This Ford, as you see, like, it tunes up to, I think, is it close to 2,500 rating, which is absolutely insane for a D ranked car. And just going to take it as handily as all the rest. This is just a nice amount of tokens that they're pretty much given for anyone that has these cars unlocked. Most of these cars are available to kind of like throughout all the starting kind of events of the game, so just make use of as many of them as you've got. And again, like, just don't go on that lower right hand ramp really for it. It's not required. Even to get like the top time in this event, I'm finding just using this kind of easier path around the side. But yeah, 47 seconds, so there's 11 seconds to spare still in our Ford Shelby for reward number 3, according to these videos. On to the next. Now, the first one of these that isn't gold tuned belonged to me, I think. Or it might be. Oh, it's missing one import piece. But yeah, the Dodge Challenger. And this one you get 47 seconds in as well. So this will be the first one that's actually like slightly further away, or slightly closer to that 47-second mark, I would think. But we'll see. I have a feeling that this car should actually tear this up still, because while its like rating isn't as high as some of the other D-Class cars, its top speed and acceleration are still quite high. But for this one I am going to make use of a nitro a small bit just to get the car rolling. And yeah, just up to that top speed. Like, as much as this car is way lower rated than stuff like the Elise, like yeah, the top speed is, or the cruising speed kind of is 194, I think it was there. But obviously like it's missing the handling and the acceleration that the Elise has. But still, if you can make up for that, just watch out for this turn here in this car. Definitely don't be nitro boosting for that, because you will just end up in the drink. Like, that's the thing with all of these, is like the time that they give is fairly easy going. I mean, there's 11 seconds to spare still in that car, so like, yep, it should be doable in a version of that car which is around the 400 rating, which again isn't possible, but still, like, you should be well able to do this in the 1-star version, I think, in most of these cars. And yeah, easy money. Thank you, Independence Day. I don't have an American flag to wave. Now, on to the next guy though. So, the Camaro 58 edition here. And this is one car that I've well shorted the tuning, but it requires that 47 seconds again. And yeah, gonna make a run at it with a 1300 version as opposed to 1900. And yeah, like I said, this one is a fair deal off that max tuning. But again, this path is so like straight and direct. As long as, say, like in those cars, especially the muscle cars that don't have good handling and tuning, I mean more so on acceleration, just avoid using the nitro unless you're on a perfect straight with any car that you've got issues with. Just all you want to do is like point the car as straight as possible and just leave it build up speed, because that's what this course is all about. Just remember as well the fact that like when you're making this hard corner down here, just that if you put a car into the perfect nitro state, not nitro shockwave, but if you put a car into a perfect nitro state while going around that corner, it will be completely immune to the speed loss that's given by turning corners. Blue nitro always does that. And yeah, other than barely making that jump, that's still 7 seconds to spare in the 1300 version of that 50th edition Camaro. So nice and easy. More tokens. Nom 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 nom. These are going to be eaten by events later on down the line. You can feel that coming. Alright, next. Now, 43 seconds in the Dodge Viper. This is one of my absolute favorite cars in this game. Just like from a starting point of view, and like every multiplayer season which has this as kind of the silver and gold class car, like you cannot go wrong with this version of the Dodge Viper. It handles so much better than the actual other version of the Dodge in this game, which is a shame. The slightly higher one, which does have higher top speed, but the handling on this car is just amazing. And we need 43 seconds. My version of this car is missing about 2 epic import parts, so I'm just gonna see how much time I've got left over on that. And yeah, I would imagine again this is one where you're probably going to be able to do the majority of these events. All you're going to require is probably to have the car and just take this exact nice and easy path along here. And like I said, I should have all of the timestamps down along the bottom of this video and hopefully stuck together nice and easy for you. I needed 43 and that's 35. Yeah, so there's 8 seconds to spare there. 800 tuning, so you're still talking about anything in the Dodge Viper around the 2000 rating, maybe like even less than that, because yeah, like I said, that car is exceptional. Now, the W70 exotic rides again, and here this one's like 500 rating below the max. And yeah, it's another one that requires 43 seconds for the time, so it's, yeah, should still be more than capable in this car. The lower tuned version of this W70 though, it's kind of weirdly missing the acceleration for a car of its kind of class and style. But yeah, like I said, from working through some of these events, I have a feeling that all of these, the times are kind of tuned just to give people some extra tokens. And as long as, like I said, you get a nice run down along pretty much following all the nitro containers. I'm not actually going to go out for the nitro containers here because this car's handling isn't great. Like I said, I don't have this tuned up very well, but again, you should be able to do the 43 seconds in this with ease, just as long as you get it up to the car's cruising speed. Like, even if it's not tuned properly, that cruising speed isn't going to be very much in the difference. And there we have 9 seconds to spare with a couple of hundred rating missing. So yeah, again, just follow along down the nitro containers. Don't go for nitro containers where you're going to have to veer off too much and burn too much speed. But yeah, again, they're just a good guide. Okay, on to the next. This Ford GT, I've got it very, very tuned because I was really having fun with the Riot event that came in with this before. But yeah, this is one car which handles really, really strangely, and a couple of people in my club absolutely despise the way this car handles. So, like, I would just advise when you're doing this event, especially if you're having issues with the Ford portion of it at all, just don't use the nitro pretty much, because this car's handling is terrible to begin with. And like, if you intro the nitro on top of that in any degree, be it like the yellow, orange, blue or shockwave, like, you are just going to absolutely not be able to make those corners. Because yeah, like I said, this thing's handling is pretty uniquely bad. But I have this tuned up to the 2.7k, which, because I kind of like it as a bullet, as much as, like I said, it has some severe weaknesses just in those handling especially. But yeah, it needed 42 seconds, possible 32, 33. So again, like, well doable with any kind of tuned version of that car, really, I would think. Just like I said, if you're having trouble with that one going off the course or so, just leave off the nitro and just try and see if you can get it up to speed, just with just steering it and keeping the car as straight as possible. So like, you're not looking at the nitro bottles or not chasing it down. But next. Now, so 41 seconds in the Grand Sport, and yeah, the Grand Sport is actually the car that my best time is in, because I've got this car tuned up like crazy. But still, like, even with lower tuned versions of the car, unlike some of the other ones in this, the Grand Sport can pretty much just cruise in the blue nitro and steer fairly perfectly. So it should be, even in lower tuned versions of this car, like, the handling and nitro abilities of it have always been fantastic. So like, all you want to do is just pretty much pick up your first pack after putting the car into a blue, and just, yeah, with it like tuned up like mine is, at least anyway, I'm gonna be just cruising in that blue state for like the majority of the race. Would have helped if I didn't miss one, but still. I'm just gonna orange it up through the air here because, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to use that nitro even before the race ends. But yeah, so it's like it's over 8 seconds kind of spare. And yeah, the car, and that car is 3,900 rating, but I would say from a midway tuned Corvette you should be able to get at 41 seconds, hopefully. Last car next. Now, 40 seconds in the Dodge Viper GTS. If you have this at a lower rating, you might actually find this one a small bit on the difficult side, because the Dodge Viper GTS's handling is a small bit stiff. It's kind of closer to the Ford GT. It's more Ford GT than it is the Dodge Viper ACR. But yeah, again, this is another car where kind of ignore the nitro containers as you're driving down. Just try and keep the car as straight as possible, especially if you've got a lower tuned version than this. Like, my one is obviously tuned enough to the point where the speed won't really matter too much, but like I said, just if you're having issues with this, make sure you're driving it and just like ease off the accelerator a small bit for this portion if you're having trouble steering it around the place. Don't, like, in this game, taking your foot off the accelerator for even just a second really does increase the handling of the car, and you can find that you'll actually lose a lot less speed if you reduce the accelerator yourself and just let the car actually kind of chill out and lose some of that speed and steer slowly around the corner. But yeah, okay, that's all of those done together in this one run. And yeah, like I said, this does just seem to be an event kind of for just giving a little bonus reward of extra tokens. The top 100, if you're trying for the actual competition score of this, is obviously filled up with the Dodge Viper GTS and the Grand Sport. And the thing I will say about these cars is, like, depending on how you drive them, like, as much as there's a 3,000 rating difference between the Dodge Viper and the Grand Sport when they're kind of towards that max tuned area, like, the Viper's top speed is really, really good. The Viper's top speed is actually above that of the Grand Sport. But the Grand Sport has the acceleration, nitro, and handling, you know, like that other 900 rating pretty much that's in the Grand Sport is all down to the kind of quality of life things. So if you want to try and get, like, I would say the best time from speed, the Dodge Viper is probably capable of it. But I would think most racers will probably just use the Grand Sport because it's easier to handle around the corners, and it's kind of like it's a easier car to drive just in general. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a lot of these cars unlocked and can get most of those tokens. And yeah, I'm going to leave my sub button up there, my indie reviews over there, and a random video at this side. It's probably Asphalt related, but like I say, if these help you in any way, guys, please return the favor with a click above my head. And let me know down in the comments if you had issues with any of these in particular, and I'll try and see if I can give you car specific advice just on what you might have to do. Okay, I'll leave it at that, guys. Happy hunting, and yeah, farm up those tokens. Happy 4th of July.